Hey, what's up? I'm here to play a video game. And, I'm gonna do something a little bit different tonight. And not get horribly distracted by my dog, who is being cute. Oh, is it showing? Yes, it's showing. Hooray! I appreciate the fact that it's showing. Oh, don't want my cursor in there. Hi, Elrose. I'm gonna play Fate Extra. And start. Easy mode, because this is a hard game. This is a really hard game. The Fate series is different. It's very different. This is probably the best one. But it is definitely something. And this I remember reading the playthrough of the very first visual novel, and it got weird. Although I heard that the writer of the original Fate Stay Night only did a porn game because it would be more popular if it was porn. I don't call that a sensible haircut, but hi, Alan and IndieCat. Alright, I said I'd be acting this, but this is the boring bit. This is the prologue. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent Student Council President is on to the next student's inspection. Hungry for gossip on their way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. Oh yeah. Turn those off. Because I actually like this game quite a bit, even though I really suck at dungeon crawlers. But this has been compared to Persona 3. We want to be in here. Chimes raise curtains on humble days. Precious as a handful of gold dust. That's random. As I enter class, I see Mato with a bunch of girls. Why he's so popular is a mystery. Way to say that, dude. Hey, when did you show up? You're so quiet and dull that I didn't even notice you. Even though we've been friends since our freshman year, right? Anyway, don't sweat the fact that you're as boring as dirt. It's not like you can help it. Oh, thanks, mate. I mean, anyone would seem boring and stupid when compared to me. I believe he's, this iteration of the character is significantly less of a D-bag than the original Fate Stay Night version. It's a little early for so much abuse, but as it's Shinji Mato, it can't be helped, because he's a rude little fuck. His arrogance is almost palatable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. Actually, let me rephrase. His popularity isn't so much mysterious as it is unnatural. Wow! These people are rude to each other. Everyone has the same bag. I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff is beyond easy. For me, anyway.
Wait a sec! Hey, Mato! Isn't the answer to this question totally wrong in every way?
What in the... I'm the one who solved that! There's no way it could be wrong!
But look at this! Since when did 2 + 2 =
Wow. I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiots here, not me. Yeah, it's a wonder he's popular. As Shinji raises his voice, the girls all panic and run back to their desk. Jeez. I hate dealing with the proletariat, especially when they think they're my equal. It's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Wow. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Shinji flashes me a smile. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. Yeah! I'm gonna take offense, though. By some strange twist of fate, Shinji Mato and I are friends. How we became friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I want to say we met in spring sometime. The bell for class rings as I try to recollect. And who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujimura. Oh yeah, she was in the original Fate Stay Night as well. I made it! Good morning, everyone. And then she conks out on the pedestal and dies. And thud. Miss Fujimura trips, falling painfully onto the floor. As she lands, her head strikes against the corner of the platform. Hey, I predicted that! At the front of the classroom. The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing. Again, how does she manage to trip in the same place every time? Listen, you, this isn't the time to be making stupid jokes. You're right, she isn't moving. Did she get knocked out or something? She's queer? She's clearly twitching. She's clearly twitching. A few brave students get out of their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujimura. Hi, Miss Fujimura! Oh, Miss Fujimura, are you okay? Ugh. What? Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Hey, class is about to start, so get back to your seats pronto! That is an ugly undershirt. Ms. Fujimura jumps to her feet as if nothing had happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and violent trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. Also, she has permanent brain damage. No one gives a thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. Our teacher is a lesbian. Everyone is lesbians. The scene playing out before me seems to never change from day to day. The same exact lessons, the exact same subject, the exact same content. Today we're going to study the biography of Dr. Peaceman, I can say words, a talented physician who Ms. Fujimura is conducting class today the same way she does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano-thingamajigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test, so be sure you don't forget it. I mean it. Her ensuing laughter stopped short at her eyes, which seemed deadly serious. Just as everyone is about to call Fujimura out, the bell signalling the end of class rings. Alright, that's all for today. Be sure to study hard tonight, and don't forget those important points I told you about. While today's class wasn't all that boring, it is a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signalling the end of the day sounds, the students begin to break off into small groups. Hey asshole! Thank God that's over. I was getting sick of all the busy work. Button up your shirt, dude. Being a student sucks. The worst part of the whole deal is having to attend these stupid classes. You're still here? That's unusual. You don't have any plans like a date or something? You need to get laid. Haha, I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to have had a date. Do you date? I mean, you're just going to your dark club, the journalism club, like. Well, seeing as you're as boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. Nice, mate. You know exactly what your role in life is, and you stay there, you bougie asshole. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. I was watching the Fate Extra Last Encore anime earlier, and it was fucked up! Sure, guy. I have no idea where I'm going. Where's she be? There she be.
Look who's here! It's the newspaper club's ace! Got any leads? What, did you forget? You have to write an unsolved mysteries of a Tsugumihara article. Come on, I told you yesterday! There isn't very much time left before the deadline! Well, whatever, your work's always good, so I'll leave this in your capable hands. Jeez, my benevolence is like a Black Panther running around. Yes, that doesn't make sense. So that's that. I've done some of the investigating. It's your job to do the rest. Don't look so surprised. There is a method to my madness. Okay, so about the first preview edition, the one called Gateway to the Paranormal. So listen, There's supposedly an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range.
They have an archery range at school?
One time, a male student who got bullied a lot was told to pick up trash there and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced there's paranormal activity going on back there. Isn't that scary? I mean, ridiculous? Anyway, go sniff out the truth. Leave no stone unturned. Your nose and eyes are the tools of the trade for journalists. Got it?
You're the mysterious one.
The reply should be, yes, ma'am! Alright, hop to it!
Why should I call you ma'am? Do you ever need to go? Oh wait, right, this is a JRPG. Oh. Oh right, there's a speed up button. Oh. What do you think you're doing? Oh, good night, Alan. Thanks for coming. Without warning, a man appears from out of the shadows. Dressed in black with a dour expression, the person in question is very intimidating. But that sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with extreme discomfort and unease. A sudden overwhelming sense of danger gives me goosebumps all over my body. His cold, blank stare sends chills down my spine, as though he's marking me for death. For some reason, it feels as if he's deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. Odd. Your name doesn't appear to be on the list, but I had better make sure. He begins to mutter under his breath, while at the same time he reaches out with his right hand. The chills running down my spine gain intensity as waves of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching a wolf draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that's making me feel this way. You're not even trying to fight. My instincts aren't as sharp as they should be. I need to rest. The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he slowly lowers his hand. The paralysis that seemed to take hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down on me with those dead eyes of his. Students are forbidden from entering the supply room. You do well to remember that. The campus is about to close. If you have nothing else to do, I advise you to go home now. Nice jacket, dude. Is there anything else? Oh. It's already the end of day, dude! The man who introduces himself as Mr. Kuzuki turns and heads back into the supply room. With that, the final bell begins to chime, signalling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. But I'm still sore and slicked with sweat, an all too real reminder of what happened. You stared at him for a bit, and he creeped the crap out of you. Wonderful. We now have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching here at our school. Hey, Sakura!
Oh, it's you, brother!
I heard that you've been skipping out on the archery club's morning practices lately. Why haven't you been showing up? And why do you get off taking a break without my say-so? I get it now. You've been going to their house again, haven't you?
Yes, I have been going there, but I just wanted to help him.
Let me guess, you felt you were obligated to, right? Geez, why must you be so damn naive? Anyway, if someone gets hurt, just leave them to suffer.
Wow, what a dick!
Just do what I tell you to, and things will be a-okay. I mean, it seems like people get some kind of perverse thrill from getting in my way. To force one of my dear little sister to miss valuable practice time.
That's not how it was at all! I wasn't forced to do anything! I wanted to help! Why is it so hard to help those who need it?
Huh! Isn't it only fools in the weak who manage to get themselves hurt somehow?
Yeah, people are idiots for getting paper cuts. Yes, Sakura was possessed by Alvin and the Chipmunks.
And why help anybody out? Will that person ever pay you back or help in return? Of course they won't. And if you think otherwise, you're an idiot. I won't be used by anyone. It's better to treat others as cattle. And isn't it time for you to admit to feeling the same way?
But you're an asshole, brother!
Stop right there. I don't care what you have to say. Stop going to that house, Sakura. Got it?
You're a dick! Can I help you with anything?
Hey guy.
Leave!
Let's go home. And save. As I walk into class, the girls that normally flock around Shinji Mato aren't there. Shinji seems to be in a bad mood today. His usual posse of girls is keeping their distance. I'll ask him if something happened.
What? Like I'd tell you if anything happened to me. Which it didn't. Nothing happened at all. Hey, you know that ice cream Rin Tosaka? She thinks she's so much better than everyone else.
Like you can talk!
At first I thought she would be the only one who understood how lonely it is at the top. I tried talking to her yesterday, but I got nowhere. Maybe I just intimidate her or something.
She's a lesbian!
I might have lost a few points for getting violent, but girls who talk back to me get slapped.
Ooh.
I'd never hook up with such a violent, stuck-up B-word like that, no matter how hot she is.
She's gay!
What a waste. She'd be perfect if she just keep her mouth shut. You agree with me, right? Right?
Looks like there's some tension between Shinji and Rin Tosaka. Knowing Shinji, he probably hit on her and got shot down.
And why'd she take a shot at me? I thought she was going to spinning star kick me next.
You deserve it! He continues to whine under his breath. I can only imagine how sleazy Shinji was being with her. Normally his super aggressive approach works, but obviously it didn't with Rin Tosaka. You can say a name, you know. You don't have to say her full name all the time. Life's more interesting when it's got little shake-ups like this. As if right on cue, Ms. Fujimura barges into the classroom as the bell sounds. I forgot what voice I did for her.
Alright, no one's absent, and since there's no announcement, let's just start homeroom.
What you say? As soon as she turns to reach for the chalk, she trips and falls, as she always does. As she falls, her fingernails drag across the blackboard with a horrifying sound. And thus another typically mundane day begins anew. Oh, it's him! The guy who made us piss our pants. And though the Great War had finally come to an end, regional conflicts still persist. I can't say words tonight, I'm sorry. Regional conflicts still persist. Despite the suffering of the previous generation, battles are still waged 30 years on. Standing behind the lectern today is the school's newest teacher, Kuzuki. Although he's supposed to be teaching math, his lesson seems to have gone off on a tangent. Math puns! Now, instead of armies, attacks in ever greater numbers are being carried out by terrorists. In an attempt to suppress these terrorist groups. I've never watched a Gundam anime, Elrose. With that, the bell signalling the end of class sounds. And with the end of the day here, the tension in the classroom drops immediately. And no one pissed their pants today, unlike yesterday. Alright, let us end here today. Oh yes, before I forget. There is an announcement from the student councillor. Recently, a rise in the number of slashing incidents has made the surrounding area dangerous. With that in mind, keep any detours to a minimum and head home as quickly as possible. Get home quickly? Good advice, but I still have to finish a few assignments for the journalism club. Why I'm so gung-ho about investigating the school's 7 wonders is a mystery even to me, but it seems important for some reason. I have to turn in yesterday's report. I better go see the editor-in-chief this evening. I never stay behind after school. I'm not a nerd. Hey, guess what? I just passed this gorgeous girl on the stairs. Could she be a new student? What? I'm sure you're just talking about Rin Tosaka from Class B. Rin Tosaka? Never heard of her. You've really never heard of her? Pretty, athletic, smart, classy? We're all gay for her! We're stuck-up Miss Perfect. All the guys adore and all the girls despise. It wouldn't be unrealistic to call Rin Tosaka the most popular girl in the whole school. Are you pulling my leg? Girl, you're so dense you probably wouldn't feel it if I pulled your leg anyway. Dude. Well, I'm not dense much, but she wasn't wearing our school uniform. She was wearing red. How do you explain that? I don't know. I hadn't noticed. Oh, maybe I'm remembering wrong. You would. Come on, let's hurry to our club. Yeah. These people sure are rude to each other. Oh, our club's ace. Did you find anything out yesterday? Interesting. So it was Tiger. Of course there's no interesting to the spirit world. There's no such thing as ghosts. Thanks to you, the article will be great. Are you ready for the next article assignment? The next unsolved mystery is... Yesterday, there was a girl dressed in red on the rooftop. Oh, we've just heard about a girl dressed in red. Rumours about Little Red Rooftop are spreading. Go find out what this is all about. A journalist lets the news guide their feet. To the rooftop! Heck yeah! I turn the doorknob and the metal door opens silently on its hinges. As a rule, the vibrant colours set off by the setting of the sun is enough to take one's breath away. Under the now blood-red sky, a single girl looks out onto the town that spreads out below. Like a figure out of a painting, the girl seems to shine with the same red glow as the setting sun. Sup?
What a beautiful sunset! I can only imagine how captivating this sight must be for the people who live here. It is indeed a very beautiful scene. A shame it doesn't really exist. On the surface, it seems like such a benign, peaceful world. A pity that it'll soon come to an end.
Oh fuck!
This place is merely an idealized imitation of the real world, and one done in poor taste. I wonder if there's any value to a memory that can only be observed and then left behind.
I'm not quite sure if that last statement was supposed to express disgust or disappointment. As she finishes speaking, a faint smile forms on the girl's lips as she slowly turns in my direction. Her unwavering gaze makes it seem like she can see things hidden to others. Her eyes seem to shine with an intensity that rivals that of the fiery red of the evening sky.
Boner! What's this? A notice from the system? Thanks for bringing it to me. Huh? That's not it? That means you must be one of the generic students. If one of the irrelevant NPCs can get up here, I guess I'll have to find another place to hang out.
Continuing to mumble quietly to herself, the girl quickly walks my way.
Oh well. At least this is a good opportunity for me to look one of you over. Stand still, you.
Unexpectedly, her finger reaches out and touches my cheek. Oh my. White noise?
Wait, what's this? Ah! Is this a warning from the system? Direct interference does break the rules after all.
Whoa! Mumbling to herself, the girl disappears without a trace. It's like no one was ever there at all. She vanished? There or not, her form has been indelibly burned into my mind.
Boner!
Well, that was weird. One day left. I enter the classroom. Once again, Shinji Mato, in the seat next to me, has a full house. I'm telling you, you don't have any talent. Give up before you look like a... I'm not saying that word. So you know what he said to that?
What did he say? We're dying to know! Tell us!
This what gets all boo-hoo and he says, I'll keep practicing until I get better. I can at least get better than you who skips practice. Sorry, I have to laugh. Anyone who knows that you can't practice your way into being a genius. If he wants to practice something, he should practice not sounding like a tool. The guy's not a total maggot, but he's still trash that needs to find a garbage can. That moron. People aren't created equal. That's the guy from Code Geass.
Even people who are born above average can never reach the same heights as the naturally gifted.
You must be so talented if you don't need to practice, Matto. I feel bad for that kid.
Trash can't help being trash. It should learn to stop dreaming about being something better.
Yikes! The bell rings. In response, the gaggle of girls all shuffle off to their own seats. While we wait for the teacher to arrive, I get caught up on what Shinji said for some reason. Whether or not Shinji has innate talent, I think it's pretty clear that I'm a nobody. A nobody with no goals. I mean, when I try to think about the future, I get overwhelmed. As long as I keep plodding along, someday I'll reach my totally average future. Yay! That's what happens to everyone, right? Are there actually people born who break the pattern? How? I have no idea. For me, today is just another ordinary day. Ooh.
Good morning, everyone!
Suddenly, my heart accelerates, each beat painfully strong. It's as if my body's on high alert. I know it's not a reaction to Ms. Fujimura, no.
Well, kids, this is a little out of the blue, but today I want to introduce you to a new friend.
Dude, are you teaching, like, little kids? Like 4-year-olds? Nice frilly hanky, mate. It's him. That blonde boy is the one who's causing my body's fight or flight instincts to prickle. Or you just have anxiety.
Go on there, introduce yourself.
For what purpose?
Huh? Well, Leo, you'll be attending school with these people, so I'm sure they'd like to know who you are.
Oh, I see. These good people do not know my name yet.
He steps forward and then in a louder voice says,
Everyone, my name is Leonardo Bistario Harway.
Oh, another bougie.
In time, it will be a name known to all the world, but for now, it is the name of your classmate. I'm pleased to meet you all. I hope we enjoy our time together.
The classroom is silent. There aren't even any jabs at his eccentric manner of speaking. Oh, thanks for the booty call. Isolated porn storm. You sound like a chess move. I like that. Instead, the entire classroom is enthralled by his regal bearing, entranced even. Shinji's words come to mind. This is what it means to be on a different level. None of us plebes could ever hope to reach the level that this new kid lives on. It's not overextending to call his very existence transfixing. You're gay! Like deer in headlights, we're immobilized by a presence far brighter than our own. Wait, gay! His natural place is above us, looking down as our king. How did someone like him end up here? It must be a mistake. Because anime, dude.
Anyway, everyone, please make Leo feel welcome. And Leo, if you would please take a seat.
Suddenly Tiger has Shinji's voice, okay.
Leo? Oh, you're addressing me. I see no reason to allow you to call me to Leo, to not allow you to call me Leo, as it didn't feel awkward hearing it from you.
It feels like he should be using the royal we somehow.
If you have the chance, I'd very much like for a delightful woman like you to visit my country.
What? Please, don't joke with your teacher! To your seat, Leo. I won't smack you since, well, it was kind of flattering of you to say that.
Of course, I appreciate your diplomacy, Miss Fujimura.
Then the boy gave the kind of easy smile that only kids can. Well, he does look like one. That simple smile washes away the tension in the room, and people even begin to smile themselves. I think he's not so much a king as a prince. He may be above us. Pardon me, I'm gassy all of a sudden. But he also has natural charisma that draws us up to his level. However, it seems that there is at least one person in class whose mileage varies.
I don't like him. Flirting with the teacher already. That arrogant little twat.
Shinji's clearly not happy.
If you have any questions, ask anyone in the class or myself. Come to me first. There's no need to be shy. Yes, I understand. I'm pleased that I will be attending such a good school.
And there's a female, oh, you can see both the playable people in here. You didn't hear that? Am I imagining things? Just for a second I thought he shifted his attention towards me. Now towards anyone else, not even Shinji, who's still bad-mouthing Leo, but to me alone. Yeah, right. There's no way such a practically otherworldly person like him would notice bland me. The school day ended with nothing else of interest occurring. But that Leo, I can't shake the uneasiness he awoke in my heart. It feels as if cogs somewhere have become misaligned. You're gay! No, I'm just so excited because for once something happened. Well, besides what happened yesterday. I should report yesterday's findings to the editor-in-chief. Huh. Nothing we can do? What's with the editor-in-chief's reaction? It's not right. I thought she'd say something like, "Hey, don't scare me like that." Actually, the problematic part is how nonchalant she is that a person disappeared. Your next story will be The Mystery of the Courtyard Chapel. The editor-in-chief keeps talking like nothing happened. She's already on to the next thing. Should I say something? Hey, did you know there's a chapel on campus even though this isn't a mission school? It seems like the chapel has been here longer than the school. This is just rumour, but they say it's haunted and magic rites are performed there. I'm sending you to investigate. The entrance to the courtyard is on the end of the right side of the first floor hallway. Okay. Oh, my throat's dying. Oh. Oh. They did a Voldemort death. The man stands like a black stain, tainting the joyfully multicoloured flower beds around him. It's the new teacher, Kuzuki. But the man standing in front of me isn't acting like a teacher by any stretch of the imagination. The sick malignancy of overbearing aggression fills the air. And then scattered around him are dead bodies of students. Why did you come in here? I'm certain I locked that door. I suppose I'll test you out. His thin lips hardly moved, but in the next instant, and bowled over as if struck by an invisible force. Chaotic thoughts bury my brain like endless grains of sand. What happened? Can I move my limbs? Seriously, what was that? Kuzuki hasn't moved. No one else is nearby. Who? Why? How? My thoughts whirl. My heart races. I see what you are now. It isn't you, I suppose. His voice was a quiet hiss, but I could hear everything he said. This man with cold, inscrutable eyes raises his palm towards me. Oops. When I come to, I'm collapsed in the garden. The garden is silent. There's not even a trace of Kuzuki, or of the corpses that had been there. I'm uninjured, though my body aches from laying on the hard ground. The cold sweat that had covered me is gone too. Only the piercing pain in my head remains. Maybe it was just a bad dream. I gulp air and attempt to stand. The ground seems to move under my feet. I'm delusional. Of course the ground is moving. I'll give my report to the editor-in-chief tomorrow and just go home for today. You have a pretty blah reaction to seeing at least 5 or 6 dead bodies and a teacher. Yeah, let's go home. He was complaining about that girl having a non-reaction to a person disappearing. But his reaction to dead bodies was pretty nonchalant. No days remaining. When I enter the classroom this time, things are a little bit different.
Wow! Okay, then how do you solve this problem, Leo? In this case, you substitute this for this and then divide everything by x. It's the same simple equation you used earlier. Whoa, you're right! Thank you, Leo! Unlike someone else, he helps out his classmates without displaying an ounce of condescension. And that someone is directing a nasty scowl toward the new kid. That bunch of brown-nosing idiots will suck up to anyone who's got bigger pea-brains than theirs. Whatever. It's no skin off my back. People who are ugly inside are ugly outside too. Mad salt! It seems that Shinji's gaggle of female admirers has migrated to Leo's desk. For once, Shinji's irritation is kind of understandable. I'll give him this. The brat is a real charity worker laying on the charm for those sows. He's desperate to appear smarter than me,
But I'm the real smart one here. I see what he's doing. That dumb little kid doesn't know that I'm onto him.
Mad salt. Hey, Rose. I'm acting out Fate Extra. Reacting to Shinji's voice, Leo glances this way. Leo's expression is inscrutable but not hostile. Our main character seems pretty okay with the fact that he saw a bunch of dead bodies yesterday.
What do you want? You want to go?
After a few false starts, Shinji manages to squeeze that last out in a low voice. I can't speak. As soon as I start acting, I can't speak. I don't know if Leo heard, but he gets out of his seat. Hey, guy. The recoil turns into a noticeable flinch, which Leo smiles kindly at in response. Unlike Shinji's, Leo's gestures are filled with dignity. If I have unknowingly given you cause to be malicious, I would like to deeply apologize. Shinji Mato, was it? I'll be careful not to upset you in the future. His message firmly delivered, Leo returns to his seat. His soft voice bore no note of hostility or resentment. I know it's hard to believe, but maybe Leo wasn't upset.
He knows when to bow down to true authority, it seems. I'm such a nice guy, I'll just accept his apology. Yeah, it's not like he ever pissed me off.
He totally did. After visually confirming that Leo is otherwise occupied, Shinji feigns calmness and leans back. I was about to say it, no, didn't. And thud. That sound makes me cringe, no matter how many times I hear it. Everyone is desensitized to it for the most part. Even knowing that she'll jump to her feet in a few seconds, we should probably worry more. Shinji seems to still be in a bad mood. It's obvious that he doesn't like Leo all that much. But with him it's impossible to tell if he's really mad or just being cynical. Either way, it's just more of the same. Just like our homeroom teacher's daily dramatic entrance, and once again the day begins.
Alrighty then, let's pick up where we left off. According to Dr. Peaceman's biography,
during class I thought I saw Leo smirk a little, but other than that nothing exciting occurred. Today's just another boring day in a long string of boring days.
Who here knows what amnesia is? It's a terrifying condition where an individual loses all of their memories. It's caused by brain damage, severe trauma, or even infections of one's mucous membranes.
Ew.
A section of the doctor's biography we just covered touches on this condition. The cure for such a scary condition was discovered by Dr. Peaceman. With that said, using amnesia as an excuse for forgetting your homework isn't gonna fly. When I was young, a fair number of my classmates were unscrupulous enough to try this, and before you get any ideas, I'm still young! In fact, I'm putting that fact on the test!
Her age? And as per the norm, Tiger's lecture starts to peter out. Just as a collective, this again starts to rise from the students. White noise? Ms. Fujimura. Without being acknowledged by the teacher, Leo suddenly rises to his feet. The tension in the classroom ratchets up immediately as all eyes focus on Leo. The young boy surveys the room with a mysterious smile, taking in everyone's startled glances. Oh, and of course, my fellow classmates. It is time for me to leave. We will probably never meet again, so I wish you all well. Oh, I forgot to do his voice. Oh well. What the? My head. The pain! The agony!
Oh, before I forget, Miss Fujimura, I think you are still young, even now.
Kiss ass.
Just your presence is enough to remind me of the beauty of youth. You're a remarkable person.
Kiss ass. After what seemed to be a very slight bow, he immediately leaves. He immediately seems to disappear from the room. What? Okay. Bye, bitch.
Alright then, let's continue. Please turn to page 86.
And accompanied by the sound of flipping pages, the lesson goes on as if nothing had happened.
Sure enough like that in the middle of class. What a jackass.
Like you can talk, bitch.
If you have to use the John, be a little more discreet. And that I have to leave crap. Seriously, isn't he supposed to be some kind of aristocrat or princeling or something?
Of course, what just happened is impossible. A highly suspicious disappearance in the middle of class, and the teacher doesn't seem to care. No one in class says anything, and the class continues as if nothing strange has happened. It was the same dull, dreary scene as yesterday and the day before. This can't be natural. After Leo's exit from class, the lesson continues unabated, as if following a set script. Strange. This is definitely strange. It's as if the world tilted slightly and everything within it is losing its sense of presence. My head feels like it's going to explode. The pain is making it hard to remember who I am. Wait, come to think of it. I mean, really, who am I? What is my name? How old am I? Where do I live? How many people are in my family? What was my life like before I started attending this school? I can't remember anything. My memory has been completely erased somehow. How and why did this happen? That's right, the editor-in-chief of the journalism club. As the president of the club, she should at least know my name. I know I had to have filled out something when I first joined the club. I'll ask her. Hopefully she'll be in her normal spot. Hey, bitch. The editor-in-chief is her usual cheery self. All I can think about is the pile of dead bodies I witnessed. No, I have to ask about myself. I'll ask her what my name is. Huh? Your name? Just look it up in the registry in the library. Yeah, the school registry. It has everyone's names. If I look at the school registry, it might jog my memories. I'll go to the library. I don't know where that is. Hey, guy. Oops. I found it. Tsukumihara Academy School Registry. Once I read through this, I should be able to remember everything about myself. I open the book and begin turning the pages. Immediately I notice something's terribly wrong. The pages are blank. Blank, blank, blank. Every single page was blank. I reach for last year's school registry, and when I start flipping through the pages, blank, 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 blank. What is happening here? Who am I? And just, what is this place? Everything's fucked. And nobody's here. It's the Rapture! There is something wrong with this place. But more worrying is the fact that I can't remember who I am. As I wander the campus, I see Leo walking down a hallway on the first floor. As a transfer student, I can't see why Leo would want to visit any of the freshmen. Also, there's nothing but a dead end up ahead. I wonder what Leo is really up to. Spooky music. And clearly everyone was taken in the Rapture. I suddenly have this weird feeling that someone or something is up ahead in the hallway, who for some reason is examining the wall at the end of the hallway with almost excessive interest. Whoa.
The attention to detail is quite impressive. Even the surrounding air is surprisingly substantial. If that is the case, this world is in some ways more real than the real world it represents. But that's just my opinion. How about you guys? What are your thoughts on this?
In that moment, it feels like my heart skips a beat. Almost immediately, my blood pressure skyrockets along with my body temperature. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. My pulse is like an explosion in my ears as my blood races through my veins. And the reason is clear. I should go see a doctor. Now Leo, has turned to face me. I now know for sure that he's talking to me, as there is nobody else present beside the two of us. I keep tripping up on my own words.
Greetings! I believe this is the first time we've had an actual conversation.
I don't feel any sense of hostility coming from Leo. In fact, his smile seems genuinely friendly. His smile has the same effect on me as the rising of the morning sun, warm and comforting. You're gay! In addition to his smile, his presence is inviting and inclusive, and I find myself drawn to him. Oddly, my worries have vanished. All I can think of is doing as he says, as that's the only way to... My mind feels like it's in a haze. It's like Leo is controlling my thoughts in some way. You're gay!
Attending school wasn't half bad. I've never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, the time for fun has come to an end. I did not come here to play at being a student. No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path. And for me, the time to do so has arrived.
With those final words, Leo turns his back on me.
Farewell. No, that's not quite right. I don't think farewell would be accurate in this situation. For reasons I cannot explain, I have the distinct feeling that we will see each other again. So I guess I should use the more congenial. See you later. Well, it's time for me to move on. I wish you the best of luck. Bye, bitch.
And he clips through the wall. With those final words, Leo disappears. It's like he ceases to exist. One moment his hand is on the wall, the next he is gone. The young man in front of me seems to disappear before my very eyes. He clipped into the wall! I want to say reality rejected his existence in it, but it feels like it was the opposite, that he refused to be constrained by it. It wasn't any special ability that allowed him to do so, just his strength of will. With his departure, I feel as if a great weight is lifted from my very being, and rather than be a cause for concern, it brings a fundamental question to mind. Who am I? As the question pops into my head, it begins to take on a life of its own, searing my brain. You should go see a doctor. I investigate the wall that Leo disappeared through. It's just a concrete wall at the end of the hallway. About the only thing on the floor is dust. But I'm positive there must be something here, because Leo walked through the wall. It would be so easy to turn around, go back down the hallway, and pretend nothing happened. But there are still things I need to know. I have no memories. That means I've never had anywhere else to go but here, no place to return to. What was it that Leo said? No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path. That's what he said, didn't he? Then beyond this wall lies the appointed path and the truth. If I follow him, I'll learn the answers to my questions, even if those answers are painful. But ignorance is bliss. Do I have the fortitude to face the truth and accept it? Something's different. Down to the floors and the walls. The school has changed the very substance of its being. For some reason, reality cracking this way is intensely disturbing. Hell yeah, it is! This world around me is more real than a painting, but not even as real as a sandcastle. I feel like it's so brittle I could tap it and the echo would shake this whole world. Where the boring concrete wall once stood, there's now a doorway I can freely walk through. It's an entrance. No, an emergency exit, like stairs to the outside. It's not something of this world. I have no doubt that the world the door leads to is utterly alien. Whatever awaits inside, whatever shape it takes, there's a certain sort of finality to seeing it. Ultimately, I've already committed to this path. I bid farewell to the false world and take my first step along the appointed path. Weird. Ooh, bubbles. Beyond the door seems to be a dismal-looking scrapyard. Out in front of me is the smooth-skinned effigy. While trying to figure out what exactly to do with it.
Welcome, potential master.
A voice comes out of nowhere.
That effigy with you is your sword and shield for what lies ahead. It will move in response to your commands.
Cool!
Now then, please proceed. The truth that you seek lies ahead.
The motivations of the owner of that voice worry me, but it's obvious that I won't learn anything by standing here. Also, there is no longer a path by which I can return, so there's no point in trying. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only this strange doll as protection. I have the sniffles. I made it, within the deepest depths of the world beyond the door. This place must be the goal I'm supposed to reach. At least, that's what I thought. It's stifling, the aura of purity that seems to act as a ward against corrupted souls who try to enter. The feeling is familiar. It has the feeling of a chapel, where the spirits of the deceased still linger. Do you believe in ghosts? Ew, dead people. At first I didn't notice, being overwhelmed by the grandeur of the room. But to one side is a young man in a familiar uniform, lying still on the ground. I call out to him, but there is no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he is stone cold. More dead people! The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to its feet with a clatter. Before I get a chance to make sense of what's going on, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. That's not sudden. Oh no, we're getting our ass handed to us! Heck! Heck! Oh no! We're dying! Oops. Well, so much for us. Well, that was a quick game. You seem to be liking as well. I didn't stand a chance against that thing. It seems I wasn't qualified to be here. Me? Qualifications? That's right. I should know everything by now. The truth has to be here. But now, everything's going dark. I'm not even really scared. The only feeling that remains in me is regret. Even at the very end, I was unable to remember anything about myself. Someone, anyone, if you make it beyond here, please don't forget my name. And fuck, we're dead. Well, that was a quick game. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe. I mean, the vessel of my power? Oh, right. Yeah, let's go with Saber. Yes, he died when he was killed. We're a girl. When I first played this, I thought the female avatar looked a lot like me, only with brown eyes. Oh hey, name. What name? Yeah. Good nickname. Good nickname. Bench 69! Oh, I think I'll just tweet out the stream again. Come and join the adventures of Finch 69. Oh, make Ocean join in as well. I feel nauseous, and I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. I feel nauseous because of the world around me. It's repeating itself over and over, and that's making me sick. I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. I push him aside and go forward. I'm not nice about it either. Not even a whiff of contraband. Another weed! Oh. He keeps on talking loudly, even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school I know. It can't be. I have to go. I have to hurry and wake up, or else it will be too late. But who am I awakening for? My anxiety and headaches are only getting worse. Afternoon arrives while I desperately try to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. As is now the norm, my vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion. Uneasiness, futility, emptiness. I want someone to explain to me the true nature behind all of these feelings. There must be a key somewhere. Something that will have the answers to all my questions. We're cute! Bench 69 is so cute! Oh hey, it's ex-us. The moment I step foot on the first floor, my feelings of unease intensify. There's a student wearing a red uniform. Leo, the new transfer student. The instant I lay eyes on him, I immediately feel intimidated and humiliated. There is also someone trailing behind him. It looks like one of my classmates. The more I think, the more I realise that Leo isn't the only anomaly I've come across while on campus. There are other things that seem off as well. It's becoming clearer now. There are people who shouldn't exist, students that mysteriously vanish. The fabric of reality is coming unravelled. All of this drama, it's not good for my skin. We've seen all this before. I'm just fast forwarding through these bits, because we've seen this before. The student who is following him also disappears after touching the same spot on the wall. At the same moment he vanishes, my vision distorts, and the shock threatens to overwhelm me. What is going on here? I wonder if this place is the source of my unease. Like him, I place my hand on the wall, expecting to be drawn in. I see now that the way to the truth, to why I have these feelings begins right here. The atmosphere changes. There's a doorway, an entrance where the concrete wall used to be. It's not something of this world. There's no doubt this door leads to some place unfathomable. I bid farewell to the false world. Ugh. Well, the other guy didn't see this bit for some reason. Ooh, squares. Ooh, more squares. Welcome to the Doctor Who opening. I remember thinking this was pretty when I first played this. Ooh. Walls. Now we won't fall off. That's good. It's nice not to fall off things. No longer a typical school campus. The floors and walls, the air, even the aura are slightly off. It wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out from the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the empty sky above. If you are looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now please step forward. Let's go, bitch. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Hey, Woodbug Ninja. I'm being terrible at acting. Before you is an enemy program. Let's touch it! Oh yeah, this game has a rock, paper, scissors battle system. Each action is stronger than the other unless it's a skill. A skill? Skill? Skill. And you choose 6 actions to perform. And then kick enemy ass. Another orb. Up. Tracer? Oh man, she looks so different. I already know how to play this game. I was bad at it, but I already know how to play this. Ew. Look at all those skellies. Evidently we're in the Skelly Ocean. The Ocean of Skellington. Fuck 'em up! And our mannequin is like silent. Unlike the servant we're getting. Saber. Let's go kick some more butts. Oh yeah, half of this battle system is guesswork. So that's a thing. I'm guessing. Yeah. Basically ninja. This game's quite pretty for a PSP game, I think. Oh, it's the room where the prologue protagonist was. And there's his corpse. Further in, it appears as if someone had collapsed. When I look into his face, it's the student who was following Leo just now. I call out to him, but get no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he is stone cold. I go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. Oh no, his thingy is gonna fuck us up. Oh no. Heck it up. Well. Oh no, we got snagged. Oh no. Are we gonna die? Oh no. Yeah, this is an emulated PSP game. Oh no. Ah! Heck. Oh no! Fuck! Well. Time to die! Ew, gross. Corpses. Yep, time for protagonist number 3. Oh. Oh, I should have said those words, shouldn't I? The sound of breaking glass is accompanied by a light cutting through the gloom. I managed to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the floor in the middle of the room. That form. Butt cleavage! Its appearance isn't much different from that of a human being, but something was different. Clearly so. The power emanating from it transcended that of any human, or of any enemy I've faced in getting here. An awesome power that seems as if it would vaporize anyone it touched, swirls from within my body, almost against my will. Now then, I shall ask you once more. Answer me. Are you my master? Sure. Why not? You're hot. I'm gay. Let's go. Your words are few but beautiful. I like that. I won't ask you how privileged you feel for summoning me. Alright. I give my blessing. I will bestow upon you the honor of being my master. She takes a hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. From the hand she had grabbed comes a sudden warmth, and then a sharp pain like I've been cut by a knife. On the back of my hand, as though tattooed, is a strange symbol that looks like some sort of crest. I don't know what that is, Gravitas. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand and the person standing before me, and then a noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around, I see that the effigy from before is still there, now in a fighting stance. I wince uncontrollably, recalling my previous defeat at its hands. What an excitable master I have! Why are you so flustered? While I am by your side, have no fear that you may lose your way. Remember, the victory is all that matters. My blade is the ultimate instrument. Even the muses themselves would bow before the sound it makes. Master, strike with my sword. Show me the extent of your abilities in this first battle. Fuck him up, Saber! It doesn't matter that everyone can see your pants! Yay! The battered effigy stops moving. There's no way it'll still function after being effectively torn apart. That wasn't entertaining at all. Considering how long I've waited for such a moment, I am truly unsatisfied. She continues to talk, however the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has become unbearable and burns through my consciousness. Whoop. Once again I hear that voice. I somehow manage to ignore the pain and listen to what it has to say. Thinking about it, the voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man, and it's really irritatingly smug, as all 30-year-old men are, without fail. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest, dressed in a somber cassock. A record. So if I raise any objections to this voice, does it mean I won't receive any answers in return? I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. But that short phrase struck my heart because, for some unknown reason, I knew the words were sincere. And as for "I expect good things from you," it seemed more like of a command than encouragement. Oh good, we have the right to exist now. That's cool. I've talked so much my jaw hurts. Saber's 4'11". She's shorter than me, and I'm pretty short. I know her true identity, but I won't spoil it, and I won't talk about it. Oh, well. Yeah, let's save here. Binary Heaven. First week. $128. Oh. Well, this is ominous. Nice. 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 That's a bit grim. I don't know what petition means. Oh, look at those cool patterns on the ground, on the walls. Thanks, Saber. While you were unconscious, I had naught to do but stare at you while you slept. The overwhelming, unforgettable presence of someone appears beside my bed. What I think to be a valiant young man, garbed in crimson, is, in fact, a young woman. How can you Oh, okay. But as this being is not human, any normal conclusion based on gender or looks would be moot. But it's all for the best, as you have come to in time for the start of the Holy Grail War. Incidentally, you are fully aware of what the Holy Grail War entails, correct? Does anyone need an explanation? Or are we all cool? Let's skip the explanation. Yep. That's you! You belong to the pantsless class. Why are you giving me a pop quiz? I'm sorry for not talking, my voice is going. Sup? Ah, Pinch! Our protagonist here is called Bench69. Oh, thanks. Oh, stuff. Thanks for the stuff. I like being called Bench. Hey, lady. Ooh. Everything's weird now. Sup, Bench? Yeah, it's basically Persona 3. I guess we're going up to the rooftop. Oh, there's... Big gay! Sup? Oh,
Hey, you over there.
Her eyes soften as she looks at me. 'Cause she's gay.
Yeah, you. I haven't checked the NPCs out much yet. Aha, I know a simple way. Don't you move.
Unexpectedly, her fingers reach out and touch my cheek. Is this your methods of flirting? Such thin, delicate fingers. I realize how remarkable it is that so strong a gaze can come from so innocent a frame.
Imagine that. You're warm, though you shouldn't be. Huh? That's weird, seeing a red cheek flush like that.
Her face is just 3 centimeters from the tip of my nose. Badump. My heart races at the closeness. Her breath exhales warmly against my cheek, and her hair tickles my bare neck. Her pat down of my shoulders and stomach seems playful compared to the harsh gaze from earlier. Transfixed, I'm unable to move as her pale fingers slide over me. Oh my god, this is so gay!
Interesting. You're more well-built than I had expected. You look and feel real. Maybe more real than most people.
Lady?
Hey, what are you laughing at? It's to our advantage to look into everything, even the NPCs.
She looks behind her, scowling. Although invisible, her servant must be there.
Huh? She's a master too? No, master should be more... Wait, that means when I felt up...
She must be thinking about it now because she's blushing. As am I. How embarrassing.
Shut up! I can make mistakes too. Don't call me a pervert.
I'm pretty sure she was addressing an off-colour comment coming from her servant there.
It could have been my imagination. Or a hacker. Such a detailed NPC would rarely exist otherwise. Anyway, you're to blame for being confusing. You're too bland to be anything but an NPC. Nothing but a blank look on your face, even now. Were the prelims too boring to jog your memories?
She touched on a subject that I would rather not think about, even in jest. It kind of grinds me to a halt.
No way! Your memories still haven't returned? That's really not good. Once you enter the Holy Grail War, leaving prematurely isn't allowed. Even without memories or previous battle experience, you still have to fight. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You'll be defeated in the Holy Grail War soon enough.
Oh, thanks, lady. As the concern disappears from her voice, I glimpse the real Tosaka, my opponent in the Holy Grail War. It isn't personal. She considers everyone in the Holy Grail War her enemy. An impudent blow, but it piques my interest. You will be an intriguing foe should you have the courage. Those are fighting words, Master. When we meet her in battle, I will give her my answer to them. Unlike my servant, I have no witty response to my future rival. I have to win. Now that I know what's at stake, I have to win.
Well, I guess I pity you. We're not cracking into the system and destroying it, we're hacking. I don't know what's on the other side of the Seraph's wall once it goes down. Did your soul get jarred after you made it to the main event? If it's lost or unreadable, then how about you investigate later? Well, in any case, you don't look like you're cut out for fighting. Thanks to excitement or nerves, everything feels unreal, no matter if you have memories or not. You can't help feeling like you're in a dream. It'll be hard to win feeling so disoriented.
So I've lost my memories. Who am I? What's my story? What am I even doing here in this Holy Grail war in the first place? All I know is that I'm a master with a servant at my command. Well, so let's go find someone. Oh hey, there he is. He's a man. He's the man with the cool jacket under his jacket. I'm as prepared as I can be. Oh. Oh hey. Hey bitch! Sure. Hey Green Jelly. Oh, I've been given a side quest to do. Oh hey. This is a pretty shitty tight private room. This room is rather dreary, but endure what we must. I shall make it my audience chamber. If you have any grievances, you may address them to me here. I'm relieved at both Saber's good mood and the fact that my private room was prepared. I should come back here when I want to talk to Saber. What's wrong? You should already be accustomed to this school. Stop your running about and relax as I have. Though I sympathise with having nerve someone's first campaign. Cherish that fleeting feeling. Alright. And I guess I'll stop here because it's almost my bedtime. Good night, all the people. I love you. Thank you for watching.